Okay, this is a call for help. I'm looking for some form of boat mechanic, boat guru, anybody. I posted on Instagram, that I needed a boat mechanic or guru to help me with one problem. Haven't gotten any kind of response, so I'm posting this on YouTube to maybe get a little bit bigger audience. Maybe the algorithm can throw somebody in this path. But what I have going on, I got a 1994 Challenger bass boat with a 1994 Suzuki 115 two-stroke. Motor is very strong. I haven't really had any issues with that. Did some carburetor cleaning. It seems to be running fine. The problem that I'm having that is driving me absolutely bat blank crazy is the other day I'm out on the water. Hold on. Let me backtrack 1 minute. Took it out. It started up, fired up, it ran. It ran pretty good, but I could tell that I had some trash in the carburetor. So ran it that day, everything did fine. Got it back home, and I accidentally, because it wasn't running right, it wouldn't idle. It died whenever I was loading on a trailer, so I left the key on. I come out, I get the boat home, I get it parked. I come out about 2 hours after to get fishing gear out and everything, and it was beeping. The beep was coming from this rev limiter. I thought it may be because I left the key on. It maybe drained the battery. I wasn't for sure. So anyway, I turned the battery off, charged the batteries up. A couple days later, I decide, let's go fishing. Get out on the water after cleaning the carburetor. Now I did take the carburetors off, after the whole battery incident or leaving the key on. I took all 4 carburetors out. I cleaned them, got everything back going, put everything back together. Fired the boat up in the driveway. Boom, fired right up. Everything's good to go. So I say, let's go take the boat out. Get it out on the water. Start the boat up. The boat fires right up. But I noticed that this alarm, this rev alarm, kept beeping. So I put it in gear and I go. Every time I would get to 3,000 RPM, this limit light would start flashing. This rev limit light. So I know that means that the rev limiter is kicking in at 3,000 RPM. Now, it does that if the boat is in neutral and I am revving it with the throttle. I got the plate off, so if I'm revving this throttle with it in neutral, I cannot go over 3,000 RPM to keep from blowing the motor up. But once I engage this neutral switch, which is in here, mounted right in here, got this little toggle button. When it's in neutral, the button is pushed. When it is in gear, the button pops out. You can hear it clicking. That is supposed to disengage that rev limiter and let me get it above 3,000 RPM whenever the boat is in gear. So I am not the most boat mechanic savvy guy. I know a lot about a little bit about a lot of things, but boats, I know enough about, engines and carburetors and this and that, and a lot about electrical systems. So, I know that's how that switch is supposed to work. Anyway, I come I break everything down after I tried several things on the water to get this rev limiter to turn off, and it just would not. So I spent the whole day riding at 2,800 RPM. So as you know, it's hard to get a boat on plane and running at 2,800 RPM. So you know, we caught some fish, about 11 fish that day. But anyway, that is besides the point. So I get home, I take this control box off, find my neutral switch, because while I was on the water, I was just dead sure that this neutral switch was the culprit. So anyway, I hook up my multimeter, put it on ohms to read the resistance to make sure. Let me find this lead real fast. I'm trying to make this a super long video, and I just dropped everything. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Anyway, I don't even know if I could do this with two hands, or with one hand, I mean. I got it hooked up, push the button. I'm reading 0.5 ohms with the button. So that tells me when it's engaged, when it's in neutral and this button is engaged, it is definitely getting, it's closing the circuit. So I let off the button, no ohms. Push the button, so that tells me that this switch should be working. Am I wrong in thinking that? It looks to me like this switch is working. It was sitting down in here. It was pressed whenever I took it off, so and it wasn't stuck. There wasn't any grease or anything keeping it. It was opening and closing like so. I even tried starting the boat with it disconnected. That way there was no possible way that the circuit could be closed, and I was still getting this rev alarm. Somebody please help me. Somebody tell me what else I should be looking for in a 1994 with very little electronic components on this boat. Is it this gauge, this sensor or gauge, whatever is out? I don't even know where that hooks to. I kind of trace the wire, but I lose it in the gunnel area. There's nothing else in the motor. I've looked everything. I cannot visually see anything that's just standing out that's what it could be. There's nothing on any of the shifting mechanisms. So somebody please help me. That's what this video is for. If this video is up on YouTube, then that means I have not fixed the problem yet. Somebody please help. Anybody somewhere has got to, there's somewhere. I mean, I'm at my wit's end about it. I know there's somebody out there that can tell me what this problem is, so please leave a comment, like, subscribe, do what you want to do, follow me along on this adventure. But just somebody please contact me and let me know of what I can look for, what I can check. Is 0.4 ohms, is that too low? Is that too high? I don't know a lot about ohms, but does that seem normal? Should I just suck it up and buy a new switch and hope that fixes the problem? And my only thing is, with it unplugged, it still gave me that, so that leads me to believe that it's something else somewhere else. Please, somebody out there I know knows the answer. 1994 Challenger with a 1994 115 Suzuki 2-stroke. Please help. Thank you. Like, subscribe. Come on, let's get this boat running.